Good.
Good afternoon, Ashley.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
I'm good.
Excellent. Ashley, can you start by telling us why you decided to become a teacher?
Of course. I decided to become a teacher because I had phenomenal teachers growing up. My high school teachers really demonstrated that they cared about each of their students, and they helped me develop as both an academic in high school and out of high school and post-secondary education, and also as a person. I feel like they were able to really help me build my character, and I think that that's really great, and that's what I'd like to do as a teacher, is to be able to build this student engagement and make kids feel like they're enjoying school and that they're confident in what they're learning and that they are learning material that's really important to them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Ashley, can you tell us what your subjects are and why you chose them?
Of course. So my two main subjects are drama and history. It's what I did my degree in, and it's what my first and second teachables are. But as soon as I graduate, would like to get a teachable in English. I have the qualifications for it, and because I graduate in the spring, I have time to get it over the summer. I chose drama because I think that a drama teacher can really build a community in a classroom and really promote other skills and transferable skills in students, such as building confidence, public speaking skills, an understanding of empathy and character building, which I think is really important. Understanding motivations can help students understand their own motivations and understand the motivations of the people that they're going to come across. In terms of history, I think history is great for putting the present in context of the past. And so students can understand how to engage critically with what they're learning about the past and what's happened in history, but also how to look at things now. And once you understand how we came to the place we are, you can really understand sort of where we're going. When students they're being barraged with so much information all the time, and if they don't understand those principles of critical inquiry and bias and why people do the things that they do, they're not going to be able to sort and summarize information in the scope that they're forced to, just in daily life. And so I think history is really, really important. In terms of English, I think that one of the most important things right now is building literacy skills, and I think that using cross-curricular connections by getting English up on its feet, by really looking at what's going on in a text, and also teaching basic grammar and sentence structure and how to properly format things like essays, students can really, really go further in life, and I think that's really important.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
On your last practice, what would the classes teachers say are your strongest attributes as a teacher?
Okay, I think the first is compassionate. I really, really care about every single student who walks through my door, and I make a conscious effort to connect with each single student on an individual level. So I really, really care about the kids who come in my class. I would say organized. I like to plan far in advance to make sure that I'm hitting all the curriculum expectations and that I have a plan for what sort of strands and themes I want to draw on when I'm teaching. Having a clear understanding of the lesson I'm teaching, but also the lessons following, can help me be flexible and make sure that all of my students are getting a clear progression through what I'm teaching in the classroom. I would say respectful. I want to make sure that I'm respectful of my students, I'm respectful of the school community, I'm respectful of parents who I'm going to have to interact with and help engage in my classroom as well. I want to make sure that also that they're all being respectful of me as well, and that my own interests in the subjects are being respected as well. So I think respectful is really, really important. I would say the other one would be flexible, being able to understand when my students are engaged and maybe when I'm losing them, and being able to change what I'm teaching and how I'm teaching it to make sure that they're aware and that they're engaged and really learning in my class. And so maybe if my kids walk in and I see that they are all exhausted and maybe it's been a rough day, being able to maybe put that heavier lesson off to a different day and switch it up so that when they're actually learning those really important concepts, that they're learning them and that you're not reteaching them lots and lots of times to, yeah. So I'd say flexible. I'd say those are sort of the big ones. Maybe creative and being able to come to creative solutions. So, as I said, using cross-curricular strategies, getting things on their feet, using my drama background so that kids can really get a feel for either the characters they're learning about in English or in history, and sort of getting them on their feet.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And what would he say is the area you need to work on most?
I'd say that the area I need to work on most is, I'd say reflecting on my own teaching and making sure that I'm thinking critically but not harshly at what I'm learning. Because I'm still learning to become a professional, I think that it's really important to be thinking about what you're doing well and what you need to work on. And so thinking about my own teaching is an area for...
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your approach to behaviour management?
So my approach to behavior management is all based around respect. And I think that having a really firm stance on students being respectful of me, being respectful of each other, and being respectful of administration and school rules. And once you have built this firm basis on respect and having clear expectations and clear deadlines, then you could be more flexible going further. So being really, really clear from the beginning, and then being able to loosen it as you go, based on the class and how it's forming. But respect is my really big principle.
Okay, thank you. And finally, can you tell us a little bit about your most recent teaching practicum?
Sure. So my last teaching practicum, it was a 6-week practicum in a drama placement. And one thing that was phenomenal about this placement was that right from the get-go, I was given basically full autonomy over this classroom. I taught and planned all of the classes that I was in. So I was teaching and planning units and lesson plans for 3 different classes from the beginning, and it was really a great opportunity for me because I had the ability to assess, I had the ability to work in assessment for, as and of learning, building and culminating in all of these classes. And then additionally, I took over the responsibilities of extracurriculars. So I took over the drama club, I took over the school musical, and I took over running the Remembrance Day ceremony, which was phenomenally put on with our grade 11 class, and it was a really great opportunity. So I really got to feel like a real teacher, who was really great about this practicum.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.